Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 83 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Last episode we got started on one of my favorite mods, Industrial Craft. Oh yeah, we haven't had a chance to play with Industrial Craft all that much this season yet, so I wanted to get into it and start messing around. Zoinks. Pretty excited to be able to play with this mod because it's been a while. And Industrial Craft is just fun to mess around with. So, what did we start off with last episode? We got ourselves a little bit of a rubber tree farm. Neat. Do we have a tree tap, Andy? We do. Nice. So I'm actually going to tap out a little bit more rubber. Beautiful. And then pop inside here and throw it into my extractor to get even more rubber. Remember, you get 3 rubber per sticky resin with the extractor. Totally something you're going to want to do. Throw a grid in here just to make my life a little bit easier. Do I have... I've got that. I've got a bits bag. Can I... Nice. That's what I wanted to see. Even better. Looking good. This chisel design, well, I think that's cool. Yeah, I think it's all good. It's the other design, it's the other block type, but it's close enough that it'll be fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, so today let's get some more machines up and running. We're probably going to want a few more basic machines going. Once we've got those up and running, we can start expanding and making more powerful and higher tier machines, higher tier storage, and other stuff. So I think the other thing I'd like to focus on today is automating some of the steps that are going to be needed to get things rolling. So what are we going to want to do? We're probably going to want to automate machines a bit. That sound like a plan? So let's get a metal former, and we're probably going to want 2 of them, to be honest with you. Let's get a metal former. We're going to want 2 of these bad boys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is what we're going to want. Just get a bunch of this. Cool. So 6 of those. We're going to need toolboxes, which are bronze casings, which require bronze plates. So let's get about 20, and then we'll do that. Metal former, 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys don't stack, I remembered. And then electronic circuits. One of the things we're probably going to want to automate the crafting of, but we will as soon as we can. Cool. Because like I said, there's a lot of steps involved in those. Is that cool now? Just machine casings is all I need. A couple of them, and we should be good for 2 of these. The reason I want 2 is because I don't know that there's an automated way to switch from extruding mode to rolling mode. Okay, so extruding mode is what you put it in if you want to have like wires, and rolling mode is what you want for plates. So let's get a little bit more cable. We'll stick with tin for now. We might upgrade this later. And now you guys are getting power. Sweet. Slowly but surely. Small amounts of power, but don't worry, we can upgrade it to be faster and stronger and better as time goes by. So rolling and extruding mode are what we're going to want here. So this will be the thing that we put, for example, copper in. Hey, I said give me iron too. And this will be the thing that we put like iron in, for example. And when we do this, it'll roll and make me some copper wiring. Cool. And you will make iron plates. So that's pretty much what we want to teach recipe-wise to the system. So let's get a couple crafters in here. You know, I didn't have to come over here, did I? Well, I do because I have to put the crafter. So let's get like 4 of you because I know eventually I'm going to need a handful over there. Let's start making the patterns, right? So this machine is the one that I need to access for this. We'll clear out the existing pattern. So metal former in extruding mode. 1 copper yields that, or dictionaried. I'm also going to want you to know how to make iron plates in the metal former, which basically just says 1 iron plate from 1 ingot. Easy peasy. And as we go along, we'll have to figure out like what other things we need. So for example, tin item casings. I know I'm going to need those because I want to learn how to make batteries, right? So we'll do this, and then we'll do this. Makes my life a heck of a lot easier. Not bad, right? And then we can teach you how to make circuits. And for that, you're going to need to know how to make this. Cool. These guys are going to have to go in here because they're regular crafting recipes. And then my crafter... I've got one? Come on, make the rest. Let's go. Taking you so long. Just processing things. There's at least 2 more. Nice. So how am I going to pipe these out? That's going to be the tricky part. So we'll probably want to do it like we did over there, right? Silly multiple sides to a block rule. Basically, we want to have crafters on either side here, right? And this will get the plates and the item casings, and this one will get the wiring. And we've got some cables, which is cool. So that'll get the items. Technically, I really only need to run cabling up here. That puts everybody on and active. So now I should be able to like request, for example, circuits or cables or whatever we want, and it knows how to craft them. The only problem is I need to get the items out and back into the refined storage system. And I forget if these guys are sided. I might need to put the crafters on top. Let's get a hopper to test this, because it's been a while. Can I pipe into the side of these things with, for example, copper ingots? Oh yeah, doesn't seem to be a problem. Cool. And then the question from there is, can I pipe items out? So if we got item conduits, for example, we'll just do a chest for now. Wrong wrench. Extract. Insert. Nice. Okay, so I can extract out the top. That's good news. So then, I guess extracting out the top really is my only option, short of extracting out the front, right? Because that's pretty much the case, right? We're not going to be able to do that unless I put automated machines maybe down in the basement and manual use machines, like for if I have to manually craft something up here. That's my other option. So I kind of like the first floor of things to look a little bit nice and have like, this is where I do my manual crafting. And then if I automate something, it could go in the basement. So these could sit in the basement. That's an option, right? And I could make a couple more metal formers to sit up top there, or even just one, right? So we could have like, where would I want this? So if this was going to be my power system here, I could put these machines over in this general area, right? And any automated machines could be like along this wall. So I could have my 2 metal formers, for example, here and here. And then we could put our crafters here and here, right? And you will be rolling and you can be extruding, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, put those guys in. And then we could just make like an interface. From refined storage. And that thing will be the item export, right? That should work. I think that'll be cool. So interface, let's go. So that way, anything that's automated can be in the basement here. It'll be out of the way. Kind of like I have at my main base, right? So interface can kind of sit like right here-ish. I'm imagining that I will eventually have multiple machines down here, right? So you will be the insert mode. And you guys can be extract, always active. Cool. That should work, right? And then we just need a little bit more tin cabling. So like, let's imagine that we have machines running along here. And then eventually this cabling can come down here. And we can make a little bit more. Should probably teach tin cabling. Yeah, let's teach it real quick. Back to home. Tin cable. That would be you. I should add a warp destination to this area. That would be cool. Right? But for now, we're going to have to manually make it because not everything's hooked up yet. So cable, or tin. 3 should be enough. Ah, you don't have power. Bad direwolf. Do I not have the scissors? Did I use them all up? I might have. Doubly bad direwolf. Out of power and no such luck. Let's make those scissors again real quick. Three should be enough. Nice. Now we're talking. Beautiful. So now, for example, I should be able to request things like cables. And it'll craft it. Beautiful. And there are ways to speed up these machines, of course. Of course. Don't be silly. And the crafting is completed, and now we have our cables. Yes? Good. Perfect. Alright, so that is progress, guys. I might make one more metal former. So can I make a circuit? Like, just, let's do it. Nice. There's probably a few more things I would like to make, but we're going to make, real quick, one more metal former. This will be like a manual version that sits up top here. Let's make like a stack of these. And I can hear the rumbling downstairs, so that means things are working. Nice. So the only other thing I need then is one more of those, and then I can get these two. 1, 2. So close. Give me 3 more cables, and we'll be there. Nice. So if I ever have to manually craft anything that I haven't taught to the system, that's going to be done right there. Cool. And I can choose whatever I want to do with it. Beautiful. So we won't actually wind up automating any of the machines that are up here. Any automated machines will go into that little basement area that I just set up. Neat, right? All right, just doing a little bit more crafting teaching, just so you know how to make things. So if I wanted to make a tree tap, the electric version one, I need a motor and a circuit and a battery. Motor, circuit, battery. Testing to make sure like all my auto craftings is working, right? And did I teach you how to make? I know I made you tin casings. Let's do iron casing. Whoosh. You can go down here into the rolling machine one. That's you. Yes. Totally going to want to speed that up at some point. And let's also get a travel anchor over there for IC2 stuff, because it's just far enough away that having the ability to travel anchor right to it would be kind of nice. Nice. So now I can go home, IC2, home. Beautiful. So we're going to want 2 of you. Now if I wanted to make a tree tap, we should be pretty close. Once those 2 item casings come in, to automatically create it. So the fact that it auto-crafted all these things for me without any complaints or problems is definitely a good sign. Make these guys, and then we can make ourselves an electric tree tap, which is way cooler than manually crafting them all the time. Dun 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 dun. Now I can go tree tap things. Probably soon going to want to have some form of battery. So what I can do, by the way, let's make a battery. Missing insulated tin cable. I never know. I taught you how to make the other kind, didn't I? Yeah. Not blood magic area. One problem with that is that my blood magic area is totally in line with my home location. Tin cable. We need the insulated version known. You know how to roll it out, but you didn't know how to combine it with rubber. Cool. Shouldn't be too long to craft. You're probably hammering out cablings and such. Hey, how does zombie get in here? There's supposed to be any mob spawners. So batteries are nice in that once you have them, they can act to charge your items for you, which is cool. Come on, crafting. Let's go. There you go. So we can charge this dude up in here. And he can hold power. And then I think you just hold right click and it'll charge stuff in your inventory. Sweet. And there's battery packs that can do this more automatically in the near future that we'll have access to. Cool. You can also, by the way, discharge batteries into bat boxes to help fill them up. So this is going to be a way that we're going to wind up transferring power over long distances in the near future. Maybe not that near, but near enough. So now I've got an awesome tree tap. Like I said, we could totally automate this with Ender.io if we needed to, but I don't know if we need that much rubber. So the extractor goes there. Cool. All right, let's make a couple more machines. So I think one of the next things I'm going to work towards is making steel with industrial craft, because it's going to be something that we need a decent amount of. And the best way to do this is with the IC2 blast furnace. Cool. Now the blast furnace is a little bit different from other IC2 machines. Instead of running on electricity, it runs on heat. Heat is a power source in IC2, almost like RF or EU. Basically, you can use heat, you can transfer it between machines, and you can use that heat to run those machines. In this case, blast furnace needs heat to run because it's a furnace. So we're going to need some iron item casings. Let's just ask for like 10. That should be enough. We have a machine casing. We've got those. And the other thing we're going to want is a heat conductor. Cool. Now to transfer the heat, what we're going to want, we're actually going on another heat conductor because that's going to require it for the next component we want to make. There's different ways to generate heat. You can use liquid heat exchanger, which basically gets heat from lava, I think. So that's one route we could take. Radioisotope heat generator basically generates heat out of radioactive materials like uranium. Or you can go the electric heater, which basically takes energy in the form of EU and converts it directly into heat. So I think that's the route we're going to want. So we're going to want probably a few more item casings, electronic circuit, and battery. So let's get a battery, start, let's get a circuit, start, and a few more casings. Well, let's go ahead and make we'll make this first. Let's get our blast furnace. I should maybe? Almost. I'll ask for a few more of these and hopefully we'll get there pretty fast. I don't happen to have no, we're cool. So that's enough for the blast furnace in theory. And then we want the electric heat exchanger. So we just need to wait on the casings. That'll do it. So we've got our blast furnace, we've got our electric heater. So the electric heater will heat the blast furnace. And we're going to need some iron to convert into steel. Now the other thing we're going to need for this, I'm going to put this over here and you'll see why. So by the way, blast furnace totally works kind of like a bat box, if you will, wherein there's one side that exports heat, and you want that side facing the machine that's going to accept heat. And, well, actually, that's the blast furnace, so that's the accepting heat side. This guy is the electric heater. He's going to send heat the blast furnace has a side that accepts heat, so you're going to want to shift right-click on the top, which will face it down. So the heat accepting side is touching the heat generating side. Cool. So you're building up heat, and you're ready to get it. The other thing that this thing needs is coils. So we want to basically add heat coils to improve the heat output. There is room for 10, so guess how many we're going to request from our system. You guessed it, 10. We're missing a little bit of rubber. I think I was cooking up more rubber. Yeah. Heat, 10, start. So you have to craft 26 of these copper plates, so you're going to be a minute. But at least in the meantime, we can throw this in here. Wait, hold on, maybe that's not what I want. I need coils. I thought it was heat conductors that go in there, but maybe it's coils. And if that's the case, that would be cool. Maybe my memory is just serving me incorrectly, or maybe they changed it. I don't know. But heat coils, is that what goes in there? Yeah, it is. Cool. All right. So we'll get about 10 coils, which means we just have to craft a few of these. Not a big deal. And that's now generating heat and sending the heat into here. Neat. So the other thing we need is we can put iron in here. I think we need compressed air. So we're going to need a compressor. That doesn't seem so bad, right? So let's get a basic machine casing, a circuit, and we should be good to make a compressor. Incidentally, running the 2 metal formers and the electric heater is starting to put a toll on the 32 EU per tick that tin cabling can transfer. So we're going to want to upgrade this stuff soon to get a higher tier of energy transfer. That is probably going to be necessary much sooner than you think. How's my machine casing coming along? So we'll be back in a minute when some of this crafting is done. I think the next step is going to definitely be upgrade our energy tier so that we can be at least tier 2, and also get some overclockers so we can speed up these machines. And the compressor's ready to go. Cool. So now we just need some universal cells, I believe. So let's get some 20-ish of you. Let's get 4 for now, because it'll take a moment. But we'll throw the compressor here. He'll get his power. You're doing a good job. You've got the heat that you need, but you need the compressed air to go along with it. I'm going to put, for now, zoinks. I don't know like what kind of EU usage that change that causes, but we'll see. Cool. You guys can go away. 10 item casings on the way. Totally need to speed up these machines. They are so slow by default. It's brutal. That's like literally going to be our next task, I think. Because as much as it's cool to automate, it is long to wait. So universal cell, I believe I just compress it. So if you just put an empty universal cell in there, you'll get compressed air. Slowly but surely. Right? And then you can use that compressed air in here, and you can see that that amount of gas is there, and now the recipe bar is starting to move. So basically, the compressed air works like that. So let's get some more casings. Let's get like 20 of them, so we can have a few, and then we're going to automate this once that's done crafting. So your heat's doing just fine. And we can put that there. Now we've got 1,500 millibucks of air. Cool. So yeah, the compressed air plus the iron yields the steel. Perfect. So what we'll probably want to do is set up like an automation thing. So let's set up filters. Basic item filters should be fine. Really? No paper? I do have sugarcane, right? I did automate that. Thanks. Cool. So we're gonna insert extract on these guys. So on the down face, you're gonna insert on green, extract on brown, right? And the only thing you're gonna be allowed to extract, which will be always active, I don't know if we need to specify a filter, to be honest, on the extract. Because what it should do, so then this guy will be insert on brown, extract on green. This one will definitely want to be, I don't know what I'm doing, green. We're not going to always active him yet, because that one I do want to filter. Cool. Universal fluid cell. That's what we want to extract. So the fact that it went in there is good, right? So this one we will filter, and we'll say only empty universal cells are allowed to be extracted on the green channel. So in theory, we put this in here, it gets compressed, it gets extracted on the brown channel, inserted into here, which gets, you know, inserted into that, and then we're cool. So while that's happening, let's get a few more cells. As many more as we can make. It's still being made. Cool. So did you already transfer? Yeah, you did. Nice. So that's working. See? It already switched. So this guy's going to compress air. And then he should be dropped into this dude. So one cell actually seems to be enough. But I'm going to have a couple. Just to make my life a little easier. 2 should be plenty, right? That way it'll just continuously compress. I mean, it was actually pretty continuous already, but this way we'll have like a little bit of a backlog. So 3 should be more than enough. That's actually kind of neat. That's working beautifully. Nice. All right, so steel production is in progress. We're going to need that steel later for like all kinds of advanced machine stuff. Let's now work on upgrading our systems. So there's 2 approaches we can take to upgrading our energy transfer. Remember I said if we started piping, for example, copper cable wiring, right? 128 EU per tick. That's the tier 2 energy transfer, right? If we started piping those into machines like the extractors or the metal formers or the compressors, all of these things are tier 1 machines, and if they received anything higher than tier 1 energy, they're going to explode, which is bad. So there's 2 things we can do to solve this. Number 1 is set up a transformer, okay? Transformers, okay, work to convert high energy input into lower energy input. So the LV transformer, for example, accepts 128 EU per tick and down converts it to 32 EU per tick so that there's no overflow of energy. That's one approach, and that works just fine. MV transformers, for example, go from 512 to 128. This goes from 2048 to 512, and this one goes from 8192 to 2048. Those are the 4 tiers of transformer and energy, right? The transformer upgrade is an item that you can place inside machines, like right in here. And once the machine has the transformer upgrade, it's allowed to accept the next tier of power without exploding. So for example, if I placed 1 transformer upgrade in a compressor, it can accept tier 2 power. If I put 2 transformer upgrades in there, it accepts tier 3 power, etc. So what I think I'd like to do is teach this system how to make the transformer upgrades, which shouldn't be too bad. So we're going to say transformer upgrades. So you need to know how to make that. You need to know how to make an MV transformer, which I believe I already taught you how to make insulated copper cable, right? So that should be cool. We're going to want these guys. And then over here, we're going to want it to know how to make this metal former. We get 4 from a single piece of gold, so that's kind of neat. So in theory, I should be able to pop all this in here, hop over to our IC2 area, teach the roller guy how to make gold cables, and then say transformer upgrade. We're going to ask for 6 of them right out the gate. It has a bunch of crafting to do, so it'll take a minute, but it'll go, and that's kind of neat. Sweet. So lots of crafting needs to occur, but that's fine. Now we'll have a bunch of transformer upgrades. The next thing to do is get tier 2 power. Is the MFE tier 2? MFE is tier 3. So which one's tier 2 then? Is it this guy, the CESU? Yeah, the CESU is tier 2. Cool. So that'll be 128 EU per tick output. That's what we'll want to transfer over copper cable. So that'll be the second tier. So an advanced rechargeable battery. Looks like a little bit of effort to make that, but not too bad. Not too bad. We're going to manually craft some of this because we're still at a kind of a slowish pace. So let's get some more bronze item casings. which is going to require more bronze plates. We'll make another forge hammer for the time being. Cool. Because we want a CESU. So it's going to require a few of you guys. So let's see, what do we need in addition to this? Lead. We only need 3 of these. So let's pop over to our base. If we had a macerator going, which we should probably make, to be honest, but alloy smelter, sag mill, that should work. This sag mill doesn't have a speed upgrade in it? Shenanigans. This one does, though. Nice. Yeah, to do macerator. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Cool. And now I can use those with bronze plates. Cool. And we're good. CESU. Nice. How are my transformers coming along? Still a work in progress. What I could do is grab my accelerator, probably. Though I remember accelerators not behaving well with these machines. Oh, and it's raining out. Let's just give it a few minutes. There's a lot of crafting that it's doing, so I'll just come back in a moment when the auto crafting is done. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to being done with these transformers. Just has a few more iron and copper to do. So while waiting for that crafting to complete, actually, I want to look at overclockers, what's involved. Circuits and insulated cables are no problem. To get overclockers, we need 3 10K coolant cells, which are tin plates around a universal fluid cell with IC2 coolant in it. Not a problem. Coolant, if I remember correctly, JEI is not showing me the recipe for it, which is a bummer. But I want to say the way you make this is there's a fluid machine in IC2. Fluid solid canning machine. That's what we want. This guy. We need to put, I want to say it's water and lapis dust inside this thing. My memory serves me correctly. So let's make a macerator real quick. So for this, we're going to need iron plates. Macerator. Oh, you're using up your iron plates, aren't you? As fast as I can produce them. We'll just do this for the time being. Cool. We should be able to make a circuit. Nice. You're probably waiting on something. Oh, you're crafting. Nice. All right, cool. A few more copper cables, which it looks like it's one more set is being made, and we'll be done with our transformers. Nice. So now I can ask for a new circuit. So our transformers are set. We can probably look at upgrading our power tier right now. Beautiful. I only need 3 of them at the moment. I'll need a 4th because we're about to make a macerator. Cool, so that's good. Let's also get some extra copper cable. Missing rubber. Should be able to do at least 10 of them, though. Yes, cool. Got to go get some more rubber farm going. Nice. We've got a macerator. That's going to be used for lapis processing. And you're probably going to sit right there. Cool. So now each of these machines gets a transformer upgrade, which means they can accept tier 2 power now. And if you look at the electric heater, that thing says it's power tier 4, so he has no problem accepting tier 2 power. You know what? Let's get our transformers on these guys as well down here, just so we can upgrade everything. So it's a good thing I made 6, because I did wind up needing 6. So what I should be able to do now is pick this dude up, put this dude down, And here's a quick demonstration. Well, it probably won't explode anything yet. If this machine was running, it would probably toast up the cable. So that's a macerator, so let's throw Lapis in there, because that's what we need anyway. We get a stack. See? Those wires couldn't handle 128 EU per tick output. Because the transformer's in the machine can handle it, so we're cool. So let's get some copper cabling. We are going to need our yellow paintbrush here. Cool. Haha. And everybody here is good because they all have transformer upgrades in them. If they didn't have transformer upgrades in them, we'd be seeing explosions right now and machines would be dying. Alright, so we've got tier 2 power flowing, which is nice. We're producing some Lapis, but we totally need a fluid solid canning machine, which is going to be our next task. But that task is going to need to wait until next episode because it's the old wrapping up point. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time. We are producing steel, slowly but surely, but it's getting there. I don't know for sure if we need more, if more heat would be better or not, I assume. But, it's all good. We'll figure it out. For now, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode, like I said. And as always, you know what to do. Take it easy.